we'll get going.
Well, at least she was excited. No, Damon's not wearing a tux today, but he did make his hair extra poofy for you, Zazzy. He might make appearance. Okay, so we're definitely working all the... Yes, we're good? Everybody can see us?
All right.
And yes, sounds good.
Okay. Well, welcome, everyone.
Dun, dun, dun.
Sarah and Cameron back for the Q&A live stream.
Okay, so we're Wellspring!
Damon got a haircut.
Ish got a haircut.
Well, my name's Cameron. Also diet, but I did get a haircut, yes.
Oh, they took
From my last stream.
That's right. You did.
All right. Well,
okay, so
welcome.
it's a couple more days till the big launch, so this is your chance to ask anything you want. We only have one thing that we're going to actually show you in game, but we actually thought we might show you something else. Cameron, do you think maybe we should give them a live demonstration of what it looks like for a couple of Mad Otters to drink some Mad Otter ale?
Yeah. Those that read the ledger would know.
We should do that, so we thought we'd do that, and we're going to kick back while you guys fire away some questions. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Drink some Mad Otter ale.
Mute.
There's
what?
an echo.
Oh, we need to mute this. Okay, I think I got it. I think I fixed it. It'll take a little bit. Sorry about the echo.
Should we whisper? If we talk more quiet? Is that better? Mute your dashboard.
Okay, I think we did it. Fixed. Yay!
Fixed! Let's try that again. Live demonstration of Otters drinking otter ale.
Yes, so Sarah and I are going to split a bottle while we do the Q&A.
Because that's just kind of fun, and it's Friday. And it's Wellspring launch!
Yeah. Alright, so we'll wait till... We're going to try this for the first time. This is exciting.
Woo! Dun, dun, dun. A little extra. Okay, I hope you guys all have your questions ready. And Cameron?
Sophie Fing, haha, love tail. Oh, the ale.
Just wondering, otters drinking otter juice. Is it cannibalism? That's weird,
Yeah.
Iki. That's a little weird.
Yeah. All right, so Wellspring, next
Cheers.
week. Cheers.
Woo!
To all the otters and all their hard work.
Thank you to all our players for all of your support for so long.
Yes.
And testers.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Ooh,
Very smooth.
Otters like the otter ale.
Yeah, very good. All right, so today is the Q&A, which means we're going to be taking questions and giving answers. What we're going to actually do is we're going to start by showing you something we didn't have time to show you guys last time to kind of let a few questions build up. We will let you guys ask questions in chat, and we have other otters who are also in chat, and they'll be grabbing your questions and setting them aside for us. We ask that if you do have a question that you want us to answer, write the word question and then like a semicolon or something, just to clarify, like, this is a question I want answered.
Sometimes
because
things get a little cluttered.
Yeah, the chat goes on, people are talking, and so just write question. What is it going to be like for blah 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 or something like that, just to help the otters make sure we don't miss your questions. We just don't want to miss your questions. So,
Hey,
but that's
there's
pretty
fish
much
sticks. Hey,
the
fish
only-
sticks.
Yeah, fish sticks. That's the only real rule of the thing. And
Yeah.
ask questions about Wellspring, ask questions about the game, ask questions about Mad Otter Ale, about
Anything
the
you want.
otters, anything you want.
And just to give you something to look forward to, at the end, we're going to do a few more giveaways.
Yep.
So tell everyone you know. They might be lucky winners.
Yep. And only those present for the giveaways will get the good giveaways.
Exactly.
And we might do a key. I don't remember.
A key?
Oh, what's a key?
I don't know. We'll just have to see how good the questions are.
Stay tuned.
We like good questions.
All right. So let's. So go ahead and start rolling your questions out. The otters will be taking
They're
them
going to
down.
paste them to us.
And in the meantime, we're going to be kind of showing you guys the 30-day calendar, which we didn't really get a chance to show you in detail last time. So we're going to pop that up. Let's see if we can do that.
Pop.
All right. So, Sarah, I'll let... Okay. All right. So, as we've told you guys before, Wellspring adds a 30-day calendar, which it's kind of not really related to Wellspring exactly, but it's just kind of a neat new thing.
Super neat.
Yeah.
I mean, good stuff. Okay.
So everyone will have access to the 30-day calendar. It will be once per account, so all of your characters on your same account will share the same calendar. So if you log on to one character and claim the prize, if you go log on to another character, it'll show that prize is claimed. But never fear, a lot of the rewards are good for all players or characters on your account.
All characters, yeah.
So we're going to go through kind of a few of the different things. So as you can see here, try to make sure you can see it. This is the May calendar, which we're in the middle of May, which makes sense. And so you'll see this calendar has not had any days claimed. So today is May 11th, and because it's the 11th and this calendar hasn't claimed anything, we good? Okay. You can see that here on the bottom, several of the days are grayed out, and because this person hasn't claimed all the days in May, some of these prizes are inaccessible to that player. Like they'll never make it to day 31 because they didn't log in enough. So you need to log in every day to try to get the best prizes. And you'll start to see a little bit of patterns too. Like you'll see some coins in this column right down here. You'll see some big purple stars over here. All of these icons match over here. So we're going to kind of just go through a few of these different things and see what they do. So day 1, gold.
Gold.
Sarah, why don't you read that out?
Who doesn't love gold? Every character in your account will receive some coins based on that character's level.
So this account only has one character on it, but if you had other characters, it would display all the different characters there. So you claim this, and every single character on your account will get a little boost of coin, and it depends on their level. So there's no reason to claim it on one character or another.
Okay, so what would a level 75 player get?
It's
not going to be like
good.
75 copper or anything.
No, as you can see, this character that we're on is some level.
This would be Damon's tune? No, this
85. This is an 85 character. So on the day 1, he gets 1 gold, 27 silver. That's not a whole lot. I mean, one gold
is kind of lame
for level 85. But never fear, that's the day 1. Then we look at day 8. It gets a little bit better. Same thing. Every character will get the gold.
Why is
but
it
this
better?
time,
So, like, give us
but this time it's 3 gold.
Okay, so 3 gold now.
Then day 15, 6 gold. You know, day 22, 12 gold. And day 29, 19 gold. So if you have several high-level characters in your account, these gold days are going to really add up to giving you a lot of extra gold. And remember, every character on your account gets this. So if you have 2 level 85s, you'll get 19 gold twice. So it's pretty good. Some motes of York, 100 motes of York on day 2. Bountiful watering pitcher. Some resurrects, and you can see that kind of this first row of prizes, all the icons are a little bit smaller and the quantities are only 1. So it's just like, the early days aren't quite as good, and some of the better prizes are weighted towards the end. Elixir of luck, and then we get over to the star.
Yeah, what's the star? What is the star? It is the hero experience. Every character in your account will receive 3% of the total experience to the next level.
Yeah, so same like gold, every character gets it. It doesn't matter who you claim it on, and they'll all just get a little boost of experience. When you're into those higher levels too, like percent experience is a significant amount of experience. Yeah. And then if you start scrolling down, day 13, 5%. So look at that. This guy would get 2.5 million experience just for logging in.
Million?
Yeah. Isn't that right? Yeah, that's a lot. Next character, 10%.
Kind of seems like an incentive to log in every day, don't you think?
10%. Next 27, 15%. So even on these just 2 last days, that's a quarter of a level just for logging in throughout the course of a month. So it's a significant boost.
And all you have to do is log in. You don't even have to actually spend an hour. So it's nice.
And we'll come back to these last day prizes towards the end here. And so we have some more motes going through animal treats.
Sockets.
We have some full heal, which has a new icon you can see there.
Yeah.
Derek key. Sockets. Now we're up to Zerum watering pitchers, and you get 10 of them, so they start to get better. Some full heals, 10 of those now. A red Derek chest. Experience and gold are constantly getting better. Ultra Clockwork Harvester.
Ooh.
Some elixirs of nurturing. Elixirs of the Mercenary. No, is that 5x? See, it's grayed out because I can't have access to it in May. 5x red Derek chests, so they get really good towards the end. And at the end of next month, it'll automatically switch over to June, and the whole process will start again. So then you'll notice on day 7, 14, 21, and 28, we have all these icons that match the same. So for this one,
are they?
Spell Touched Floret.
What is that?
So read the use text, Sarah, the green text.
Combine 4 spell touch torch to create the seed of many flowers.
Yes. So you need to combine 4. So you have to log in all the way through day 28 to collect all 4 of these items. And once you do, you actually see it down here, seed of many flowers. So this is a special toy, and it has the effect.
This one. Wherever you walk, flowers grow in nearby terrain.
Yeah.
Lasts for a minute.
Yeah,
It's so pretty.
Just a neat little toy. And so the cool thing is that every month this calendar changes. So most of these prizes stay the same, but every month the grand prize changes, and there's a new grand prize for every single month. So you get a toy this month. Next month it's going to be something else. Got to collect all 4 parts.
Well, that's the idea. You definitely want to get the 4 parts, and you won't be disappointed.
Yeah. So the one thing is that many of you notice that Wellspring goes live May 14th, and you're like, well, I can't get all 4 of the parts because there's just not enough time, from May 14th to the end of the month to get all 4 parts. Don't worry. Just don't worry about that.
Why not, Cameron?
Yeah.
Just
we'll just
don't worry about it.
Just make sure you're always checking the forums.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
So anyway, so that's the 30-day calendar. New prizes every single month. In addition to this, there's a new 30-day new player calendar that new players will get, and it has a lot of like the jumping boots and an extra bag space and stuff that a lot of new players already got, but it's now a 30-day version, so it's better. And yeah, so there's some really cool prizes throughout the year. So the one thing is that each of the monthly prizes only works on one character. So all the prizes are shared across the account in the typical calendar, but the grand prize is only for one character. So that means that
Choose wisely.
Choose wisely which character will get access to it, and then if you play again next year, you can get the prize on a different character. So you can get the prize on a different character every year. So we did that just so that it's never like, oh, May rolled around again, but I already have all the May prizes. Yeah. It's like, no, you can get on somebody else now. Anyway, so yeah, 30-day calendar. Well, I see our question.
Yeah, so we've got that Google Doc going, and wow, it's been going.
Yeah, so I guess we'll go ahead and close this out, and we'll switch up to big head mode.
No, big head mode.
Okay.
All right. Question time. Will Ice and Bone Dragons still be offered somewhere else? Magic Flowers sell before patch? Ice and Bone Dragon, where are they offered? In Lucky Dragon. Cards, you mean?
Yeah. So
that's a good question, and I don't know the answer.
I just ruined it. Sorry.
Derek Chessman?
Whoever asked that.
Yeah, who asked that?
I don't.
Where did we put the Ice and Bone Dragon?
Yeah. I don't know. I think they're both available for red doubloons. I think both of them are.
Okay.
At least one of them is. If not, the other one needs to be probably.
Yeah,
That's probably where they'll go. Yes, they were the 5-day daily login prize, and the other one was in Lucky Cards. But they'll both get moved to something else.
Yeah, we're not going to list those because they're really cool.
Yeah, they are. And yeah, I like the dragon. The bone dragon.
Yeah. And it's hard to get, so when you get
wings,
it, you feel pretty awesome too.
So those will be moved somewhere else. And Magic Flowers, I'll just say this, and I'm guessing I'll probably get a ton of these questions. Pretty much everything gets converted, so you don't need to worry, and it's always fair. So you don't need to worry about, I need to sell this or do this or move these things around. I mean, there's a few things you need to look out for, and you can go on the forums and read the posts that we put up this morning.
Did you guys all read that one today? It's very informative, and basically it reassures you all as far as the conversion, which is very much weighted in player favor.
But so you don't need to worry about selling your Magic Flowers. I mean, I think that you'll probably want to wait to sell, but I'm not 100% on that. Okay. So there's so much information. So anyways, moving on. Question related to my earlier question: will Ice and Bone Dragon pets be offered in the calendar?
Wait.
No, they're not. There are a lot of other prizes.
Yeah.
I think I'm almost positive every single prize in the monthly calendar is brand new. Nowhere ever been accessible in game. So.
Not like sockets.
Well, yeah, the sockets. The grand prizes. The grand prizes are all completely new.
Ultra special.
So there's nobody that has any of the grand prizes out there. So, even a player that's been playing 5 years will get brand new prizes on every single one of their, characters and all that.
Will Sabeth stay the same?
Yes.
Guardian chick.
Yep. Jane exactly the same. No change with her. I guess the one small change is some of the low level items changed around. Like there's no more. We changed. It used to be like cool infusing tonic or whatever, and it was like a mana sort of potion. We changed that from being like a potion type item to a mana roll. So it looks like a little roll, and it'll be like the blueberry mana roll. And we did that because it was kind of confusing, because there was like, there's a mana potion and then there's a mana potion, and they're different, and it was kind of confusing. So there's mana rolls and mana potions. So only difference with Sabeth will be she will ask for the new items, but besides that, she'll pretty much be identical.
Stays the same.
I haven't even been keeping up with chat. You guys are
I know,
very
I'm
chatty.
looking at this one, and so let's see. Are you pulling out contributions to slow down progression on village projects? Pulling them out.
Pulling out. We did pull out general contributions. The reason we did that was it was kind of, it wasn't a very good system, because it ended up these like really flat, stale sets of items that would get what's the word I'm looking for? Saturated. They'd get saturated really quick, and we'd have to pre-construct it, and we can only have, I think, 8 different items. And when you're talking about the whole span of the game, level players are level 1 all the way to 90. There were so many different kinds of items, and we didn't feel like the general contribution was really adding that much to it. We thought the daily tasks were a lot more interesting, and they were a lot more flavorful. So we decided let's just get rid of the general contribution. It also made the interface a lot simpler.
Way simpler.
So
yeah.
I think.
See, where are we? We keep adding ones. With the new look to the village buildings, at some time will there also be a new look to houses? Well, that would be my dream as well, but it'll be way, way, way down the road. And please read, no fixed date. But yes, of course, it's something we've all wanted. We have what we call the Otter wish list. Everyone here has things that we'd love to put in the game, and that's always been on it. But we don't have a fixed date on that at all.
Yeah.
Are the crafting gathering quests from the starter zone changing with the launch of Wellspring?
They are updated.
Oh, in Ethos?
Yeah,
but it's not that. I mean, it's.
They're updated, but they pretty much do the same general thing. Oh, you're a wizard, you should craft a staff. You're a warrior, you should craft a sword. You know, generally it's pretty much all the same deal.
Okay, well now let me ask you a question. So let's say a person hasn't quite completed their right now, and they're halfway through those quests. What happens on Monday to that quest that they had?
They should be able to just keep going with it.
It'll just.
Because all the items that they were given will be converted
automatically,
and it'll be asking for
NPCs
the new
will
things.
be asking the right things, and so
it should be totally converted.
Should be smooth. Hi, Damon. Did you want to show him your hair?
If you guys want me to.
Yeah, there's Damon's hair. Here, there you go. Come back and have some otter beer, Damon. Here's Damon.
I don't know why they want me here, but okay.
Well, they like your hair so much, and Damon's dipping into the otter ale. There you go. He didn't wash it.
I ought to have some ale.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Sarah really likes my humor, by the way.
It's really good. Okay.
By the way, did you guys? We sent out the ledger key, and hopefully you guys all got some otter ale of your own.
Yes. Did you get that red ale in the key?
So thought that was kind of a fun thing. It's a wig. Nope, it isn't.
No, I know, right? It looks like a wig. No, it's actually because he didn't shower today.
All right. Lots of great questions here. Elemental sheep will be disappearing, but what about golden sheep? Will they stay the same? Yep, exactly the same. No change with golden sheep. Actually, I guess there is one small change. The fleece that the golden sheep produce have different names.
Like what?
Like, I don't remember. Glitter glare or twinkle toes or something like that.
Oh, there's Ottergal talking. Yeah, that would be Damon again, just so we're clear. I see this. I did too, shower. Okay. Where are we? Crafting necklace?
Will we be reimbursed for gold spent on elemental sheep that are changing to basic? No, you will not. Your sheep will just turn into a basic sheep, and it'll remain as the same level as your elemental sheep was. And in the elemental fleece you had will automatically convert into regular fleece, but at a good ratio, so that it's fair. Because I know elemental sheep was a little bit harder to grow. So, yep. But otherwise, they're just gone. Will elemental sheep be replaced with the same level normal sheep? Yes.
There you go.
Should read ahead next time.
Okay. Let's see. If a crafting necklace is in unopened mail during the something just happened. Ever's updating our Google Doc. It's going crazy. Okay, let me try that again. Where'd it go? If a crafting necklace is in an unopened mail during the Wellspring conversion, will the recipient be able to use it as a husk afterwards? Not sure if a guildie will get in game to open mail in time.
If it was a unaugmented crafting necklace, then yes, it will be able to be used afterwards.
So they should be fine.
Yeah. There's actually no conversion happening with crafting necklaces. They're actually staying exactly the same. The only thing that's changing about them is their what used to be just a rune is turning into an enchantment rune, and they're becoming soulbound. But otherwise, they're identical. So that's the only two things that'll change about those.
Now I see Damon all over that chat. Okay, we know chest pieces are going. What about unopened coffers, chests, and pouches?
All going.
Gone. Bye. See ya.
All gone. And all being converted at a fair rate. So
You're gonna I really think you guys are all going to be happy with the rate.
I took a lot of care.
So much care. You guys have no idea how much he labors over trying to get everything just right. He really did.
All of Wellspring development, I had a special Excel spreadsheet where I would keep track in detail of every single item that I was changing.
And it was insane. The size of the spreadsheet was insane.
And then as I finished with all the changes, I went back and I went through and I did all the conversions. And then I went through like a few weeks later and upped a lot of the conversions to make them more fair. And then I just went through again this week and upped them again. Because I'm just like, I just want people to be happy. It's a one-time conversion. You know, we just want everyone to feel fair and that the items they had converted fairly. So we really just kind of favored the fair side.
That was the goal for all of this.
Will hasty herbs be converted to gems or something else? They will be converted to something else and it will be fair. I'm not going to say exactly what. Because I don't want to.
Yeah.
So, what happens to hasty herbs we have? They'll be converted to something.
Are all prizes available for all characters or only the gold and experience?
I'm assuming they're talking about the monthly calendar.
Yeah, I think we kind of covered that.
Well, so all prizes claimed off of the calendar will be account bound. You claim it, it'll be account bound, it'll go right into the inventory of the character you claimed it on, and then you can mail it or move it or put it in storage or whatever you want to it. But it'll be account bound, so you can
move it around your characters.
Let's keep those questions coming. Any more questions you guys have?
Will there be villager XP as there is hero XP on the calendar?
There's currently no plans for that. Mostly because villager XP encompasses 10 different skill lines, so it'd be kind of hard to pick which one gets which. So currently, no. Will the experience apply to Elder Soul if Attune is capped? It will not. If Attune is capped, they just don't get that bonus. Maybe that'll change in the future, but currently that's just how it's set up. So, no, it won't.
Okay, yeah. Any plans for elder levels or rebirthing for crafting and gathering?
Not currently. We, no.
We'll just leave it at that. Yeah, no.
No. But I will say that we're soon going to be releasing the Zorian Marshland, the max level.
Yes, the
final zone. You know, and there will be some stuff in there that pertains to max level gameplay, and it encompasses crafters and gatherers. So it's not elder levels, it's not rebirthing, anything like that. But it is like some like max level, like only max level crafters have access to these things.
You'll be getting the same sort of thing that you're looking for, just a little different, and it's gonna be fun. Anyway, will bugs, butterflies, and other bugs be converted into something else or just disappear? Wow, I felt like that was the beginning of a song. Bugs, butterflies, and other bugs.
They'll be converted.
Converted. Basically, when in doubt, converted.
How about we say this? Pretty much everything gets converted. The only things that are getting deleted are sugar sweet items, and those have a warning on them that they're going to be deleted. That's kind of unrelated. Quest items that the quest has been removed, which there's some gathering quests that those items are just gone. And I think the only other thing that's just straight up deleted
is there anything?
It's crafting jewelry recipe books that are unlearned. So, like, you go to a vendor, you buy a recipe, and if you just had that sitting in your inventory, it will just vanish.
That'll be gone. Yeah.
But pretty much nobody has that because you only buy a recipe book to use it, and so
you would have used it. Yeah. You wouldn't be hoarding them or anything.
But everything else gets converted.
Yeah.
So
nobody's losing anything.
And crafting rings. Rings.
Yeah.
But the necklace absorbs all of their power, so the necklaces are equally as good as if they had 2 rings supporting them. So you don't lose any power at all. In fact, some people might see their power go up from those buffs, if they had like lower level rings, like if you had like a level 50 necklace but only level 30 rings, the rings will vanish, but suddenly your level 50 necklace will be as if you had the necklace plus 2 level 50 rings. So some people actually might see
A boost.
Yeah. That's a lot of mathy terms, but
yeah, I was gonna say, did you all catch all that?
But it's fair. That's the point. It's fair.
Yeah, just when in doubt, really everything is just, I think, beyond fair. A lot of work went into making sure that everyone would be happy. Can we order Mad Otter banners? A banner? You mean like a pendant kind of banner?
I think maybe like that one.
Oh, that one! I forgot we moved that in here.
Yeah.
No.
Wouldn't it be cool to have Mad Otter swag available though?
We should.
Like
so
people could like walk
I think
around.
That means one of the Otters needs to get on that project.
Yeah,
Who will that end up being? I wonder.
That.
No, I think it would be great. There's lots of cool stuff that we could do. So okay, banners are a go. Maybe some T-shirts. Maybe some
t-shirts.
coffee mugs. Ooh, maybe some pints.
Yeah, pint glasses.
Yeah, no, I think as soon as things get a little more stable around here, that's the sort of area we can definitely branch out in, and that'll be fun. Hats. People like hats, don't they?
Beanies, yeah.
Beanies?
Onesies.
Wait, what do you mean? Oh, yes.
Yeah, a little. Actually, when my wife and I had our son, Sarah bought us a Mad Otter onesie for him. It was just a tiny little. It was so cute.
And it said, what did it say? I'm the
think
first baby otter.
Yeah, and it had the Mad Otter logo on it. It was a little light blue. It was really cute. And we put him in it and brought him in.
Yeah.
Does the craft? Oh,
beanie. Sorry, that's the first thing I saw.
Does the crafting necklace that you want to use after the patch need to be in an actual backpack, or can it be in a vault? It can be anywhere.
Anywhere, yeah.
Anywhere. Doesn't matter.
Does it matter what time of day you collect your daily in the calendar? No, just...
As long as you collect it.
Yeah, you don't be like, if you're like 12:01, right as it's changing, it might be a little weird, but...
And here, actually, we can
You're pretty
pop
much
back up.
safe.
So check this out. If you didn't already see it, you can see here time left to claim, and it gives you a timer. So like this one says 10 hours and 23 minutes left to claim.
So you'll always know.
And then after you claim it, so we'll claim it, boom. Now it's the same timer, but it says next item in 10 hours and 23 minutes. So there's a specific time you have to claim it by. That does mean that for some of those like late night owls, you might actually be able to claim 2 prizes like within an hour, because you could claim one and then the calendar will roll over into the next day, and then you can claim the next one.
There you go. Helpful tip.
Yeah. Which is a lot better system than it was before, because before it used to be, it would be 22 hours from the last time you claimed it. So depending on how you logged in, you can actually like basically start missing days in time, because it would be like, it just wasn't very good.
Missing days.
So better now.
What is your favorite new village project? Well, I know mine is the actual Wellspring project. I think that because it's repeatable, that is huge, and also I just love the little area that I think we showed you all, and you've seen pictures, because I just think that is truly going to be the hub. I mean, it's just this wonderful, magical little place. But it's the repeatable project, I think, is amazing.
Can we talk about the Wellspring project for a second?
We sure can.
Some behind the scenes. I mean, we're going full behind the scenes today.
Let's tell them stuff.
I really like the Wellspring project because of how it came to be. Because actually, we did all this crafting and gathering changes, and we knew we wanted to do a bunch of village work, and a lot of it was done. And then we were coming up with names for the expansion, which we talked about a little bit last time. And then Sarah came up with a Wellspring, and we all loved it, and we're like, that's really cool. And we're like, wouldn't it be cool if there was a Wellspring? Like, wouldn't that be neat?
We should have something that makes
it was really rooted in the world, you know. And we're like, we like how it was Starfall. We had Hysteria, and there was like kind of this like lore behind it and stuff. And so we're like, well, what would the Wellspring be? And we're like, we don't just want it to be just like a pretty place. Like that would be
boring. There's nothing special there. Yeah.
We're like, well, what if it was a project, and what would it be? And we're like, the Wellspring, it provides nourishment for the village.
But what does that mean?
Yeah, and so we just like kind of came up with these ideas, and so it was really a backwards way to do development. We really came up with the name first, and then
the focal point came at the end.
Yeah, but it turned out great.
Can we tell them like what some of the other ideas were, like the well?
Yeah,
that was fun.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, we talked about doing a wishing well.
That you literally you contribute by adding to this well, and so that could have been like the hub kind of thing. But it's like, it's not too scenic. You can't really have skinny dipping parties. You can't really, but
yeah.
I still
And
think we should add it sometimes.
We thought that maybe, what if we put the Wellspring in Ardent City because it was the first village?
Yeah.
And we're like,
Then
that's
we're
not as
nah,
fun.
it doesn't
And
really work.
we're like, what if we put it in the village? Where would we put it in the village? And the village is so full. And
that doesn't work.
And then I don't think it was me. Somebody else had the idea. They're like, well, what if it was like below the village, like that? It was like deep down.
Own area.
And I was
think
like, that's cool.
I think it was you. Of course it was you.
remember.
Yeah, because all of a sudden you're like, hey guys, look what I did.
Yeah. I love doing stuff like that. It's really
And
fun.
he does it a lot. It's fun to see what he comes up with.
And then I get them where I'm like, hey, Otters, you guys want to come look at
And
something?
he's like, hey, does anyone ever manage? And then he'll like blow our minds. Like, that's what you've been working on.
I think all the Otters do that, though.
It's true.
Liam will like just all of a sudden be like, I'm done with this great project.
Out of nowhere, we'll be like, you completely revolutionized the what and did the what?
And Ivar, same thing. All of a sudden in our private chats, there'll just be this like new cool thing he's working on.
Yeah.
We're like, that's so awesome.
I redid all the icons.
Yeah, so it's a lot of fun. Back to, I guess this is a Q&A.
Here we go. Let's talk about silk. What happens to Mori silk, for example, that was bought from the harvest vendor?
It'll be converted.
Bye-bye. Not gone. Converted.
Yeah, but it's gone.
I just like saying bye-bye.
And if anybody just missed that, it should all be in the patch notes, but the harvest vendor is totally gone. And there's now silkworms, which are bugs you can gather, and you can people can make cloth either by making silk cloth out of silkworms or wool cloth out of fleece from your sheep. So, and the cloth ends up being the same, so you can use it for anything. So, wizards and priests have some more options on how they can.
Which is really nice for all you wizards and priests.
Yeah, where before it was a huge gold. You just had to like buy all this.
No, tailoring was always the worst. My God. Yeah. Oh, and have you noticed the fist pump is gone?
Yeah.
The little animation. I think you got. They wouldn't
it's
notice
there
that.
at the very end of the latch.
But I mean, basically, tailoring used to take like forever because you would jump up and do that fist pump each and every time.
But now with latch crafting, that's gone.
All gone. Oh. So that's really rather
Isn't
nice.
the latch stuff cool?
Love it. Love the latch.
I feel like we're going way off here.
I know. That's okay. We can do whatever we want. It's Friday before lunch. Okay.
Does the experience boost count for the oldest level as well?
The oldest
The
level.
experience boost. I'm assuming that's the 30-day calendar.
Oh, is that
Maybe.
Question
Yes, it does. Okay. Oldest level, maybe highest level.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Not 100% on that, but yeah, every character on your account gets it as long as they're not max level. And if they are max level, it'll show. So.
Okay.
If you have a monster part on an auction house and I get them back when it expires, when they come back as motes. Boy, I don't know that. If I ask a programmer, I would suggest not doing that for now because I don't know.
Actually, that's true.
I'm assuming it'll get converted because everything gets converted. But I'm assuming it'll probably. My guess is what's going to happen is it's going to kind of get in a weird state, and your auction might not be viewable for people, and it'll expire and come back to you, and it'll come back as a moat. That's my guess, but that's something that maybe we can look into.
Yeah.
So, Otters, maybe we can keep that question there, and if our programmer has time, maybe he can figure out that answer. We were doing what is our new village project, our favorite village project.
Right.
And Sarah said Wellspring. Mine, probably just the Wellspring is cool, but I really like the Arboretum and Soilworks.
Oh my God! Of course.
I like Arboretum because I like to say that word, Arboretum.
You sound really cool saying it.
I hope I'm saying it right. That's how it is in our game anyway. It's Arboretum. That's how you pronounce it. But just, I really like that little corner now where it's like all the trees, and I like that when you level up the project, you start to see the new trees appear in like little flower boxes.
Gradually.
And then just the customization. Like already on the test server, our players have been having so much fun changing their villages all around, and it's like I go on to test something, and I go into this player's village, and it's like, oh wow, this is a neat set, that they came up with, and it's just
I think they're gonna love that.
And it's just cool that you can go to any village and it feels different, and I feel like that's gonna kind of change how new players interact with villages.
I hope so.
Because it's like you're gonna load into a new village and you're gonna like see the setting and the scenery and be like, oh
unique and individual.
Yeah.
It's just every village has its own very special feeling and look, and
it just feels neat. So that's
very exciting. Yeah, of course, that's fine. And plus, it's the gameplay. I just think it's fun to sit there and just change the scenery for hours. Not that that's how I spend my work time, but I have to test things.
I'm also curious to see what it does to village politics. Just because before being a mayor or being a lieutenant, you didn't have that. You could like flip the vaults around, and you had a little bit of prestige, and you could change the sky.
Basically, kind of boring.
Yeah, but it wasn't a whole lot. But it's like now I could see people being like,
I
want to change my village. I want that power. I'm running for mayor. You know, vote for me.
So it's funny because I never see people really running for mayor. Like I'll hop around in different villages, and either like nobody's running, or it'll be like one person, two people. Anyway, so
It'd be cool to just be like,
start
I'm running
campaigning.
for mayor, and we're gonna live in spooky world, and it's gonna be a new theme every day, and
It's gonna be Azure world.
Yeah.
and-
So,
Good stuff. Okay, we went off on a tangent again. Question: will signets, blazons, etc. be converted? Yes.
they will.
Will converted items be tradable or account soulbound, please?
They will be as they were. So if you had, let's say, a stack of 100 copper ore, and for some reason it was soulbound, maybe you got it from a quest, then afterward it'll be converted to the new version, and it will be soulbound still. So it just depends on whatever
Items.
it happened to be. So no, there shouldn't be any change there. The only exception is crafting jewelry, which is getting set to soulbound. So
What if our tune is in the middle of the 7-day calendar when Wellspring starts? That's a good question. It's actually one we've thought about. The answer is send a customer support ticket.
well, the answer is you should be taken care of.
You should be
if
taken
you're
care
not.
of. If you're not, please send a customer support ticket and I will take care of you.
Theoretically, if that was the case, your character will just automatically start back on the new player experience calendar, and you'll get to go through the whole 30 days.
Which is awesome. So you'd actually
and-
be gaining.
And
that
you actually
way.
might get a few things double.
Yeah.
So it's pretty great. Can we craft the new crafting jewelry for others still, or will it be character bound? It is character bound now, so you cannot craft it for others. We did that for a specific reason. As many might know, we removed the level restriction. So there used to be a combat level restriction on crafting jewelry, where you'd have to be like, I have to be combat level 60 to put
To
on
be able
my
to wear it, yeah.
my thing, and we took that away so that anybody, any level, can put it on, because some people don't like the level combat and they are just crafters and gatherers. But because we did that, it made it a little bit too open that anybody can just have this stuff at low levels. Also, the fact that we took the entire chest part of it away and you just craft the actual item, it's like, well, why craft the lower level versions? I can just craft the best one once I get high level and then send it to my friend, and they don't ever have to craft them. And so there were some balance issues, and really these things are rewards for crafters. Like, they're like, if you're a
That
good
should be the point,
crafter, you
yeah.
know, then you get these
It's
rewards.
exclusive.
So it's rewarding the players that are actually those high level crafters.
You talked about the Ice and Bone Dragon in daily cards. What about the Pink Lady's outfit? And the Fancy Gentleman. Did those move to Doubloons? We think so, but they
I think
might
those are
be
already in
in that
Doubloons. I
closet
think-
that we forgot where we put the Bone Dragon.
Yeah.
If not, they will be. We'll get them in. There's no way we're not using those outfits.
Yeah. I want to say, I think that the Bone Dragon, the gentleman's outfit, and the Pink Lady outfit are already in Doubloons on live.
Okay.
So
somebody check that.
yeah. I've combined all my crafting necklaces. How will it be converted? So this is the one bummer point about all this, and this is a little bit was talked about in the getting ready for Wellspring post. So first of all, you'll keep it. You'll log back in, and that same necklace will be there, and it'll have all of the different necklace enchantments on it. And when you put that necklace on for the first time, they will bind to your character, and you'll get the full benefit. So crafting and gathering the day before Wellspring and the day after will be identical. So that's not changing. However, what is changing is the recipes require the previous husk version to level up, and because that item was not augmented, you won't have that husk. So getting the future ones going forward will be a little bit difficult. But we put a bunch of things in place to make that easier for people. We temporarily greatly reduced the gold cost of crafting those things. We converted a lot of the things relating to crafting necklaces into lucky gems to help with the gold costs. And we're actually going to give out some redeem codes next week for some sockets to help offset any sockets that were spent on that. So that's like the small sticking point of this, but we did a bunch of things to try to make that a little bit more
Less
of a
sticky.
smooth transition. Yeah. It does look like Marisol Blue said yes, they are on doubloons. So I'm assuming that's talking
good.
about the other
Very
thing.
good.
So
Okay.
I'm not sure about the... What was the other dragon? It was the bone
Ice,
dragon?
bone and ice.
I don't know if the ice is there.
But we'll check.
Oh, well, look, the ice dragon is also already in doubloons
perfect.
there as well. So
Guess we're ahead
I
of
must
the
have,
game.
yeah,
Wow.
ahead of that. Yeah. It's so hard to keep track of all these little things, because
There
I'm
are
glad
so
the players
many.
do, because it's like some of
Yeah.
the stuff's cool, and it'd be a shame if all of a sudden no one can
No,
get the
no,
bone
that'd
dragon.
be terrible. Yeah.
I mean, it's neat that players keep track of this, but I can't keep track of it all.
The Realm bonus starter tool is now going to be permanent. Will those characters that got them but now expired be getting them back?
No.
No.
You will not. Unfortunately, there's just no way that can happen.
Tech
If you
wise,
have one
doesn't
currently
happen.
and it hasn't expired, yours will suddenly become permanent, but nobody else will. And we kind of thought about that, and it's a little bit of a bummer, but also we added some new bonuses to the other realms.
Yeah.
Like they are also now
Equal.
suddenly,
Everything's equally cool.
and it's like, and those people wouldn't get reimbursed with those, and so there's no real way to just do that fair. And so we just said, well, it's just kind of how it is. And sometimes in changes like that, it's like we give out so many free things, then some players got and some players don't. We give out keys that some people get, some people don't, and sometimes it's like, well, you just kind of, one of those things. So apologize if that was you, but we can't cover every single case.
So with no Elder Soul, what is point of playing Max Toon?
There is still Elder Soul. That's not being removed.
Yeah,
I think maybe there's some confusion because I said that the experience bonus from the 30-day calendar doesn't add on to the Elder Soul. It doesn't go into that. But Elder Soul is staying exactly the same. There's no change to that. So, yeah, Elder Soul is staying. It's just that you did the experience from 30-day calendar doesn't benefit Elder Soul. So that's the only change there. Whew.
Right.
Great questions, guys.
Yeah, no, these really are. Okay, let's see. I have a single zone of silk, Lysobeam. You were just moved my sentence up on the page. Where did it go? There it is. Lysobeam, Lysopig, and an Obri decoction in my vaults, because I'm sentimental like that. Will they still be there after Wellspring, or will they disappear?
They'll be converted.
They'll be converted.
All of that Traven Gathering stuff will be converted into equivalent actual stuff. So I think, for example, the Lysopigs turn into silver pigs, which is the level 45.
The equivalent number of whatever.
Or they're not pigs, they're ingots now.
Ingots, right.
Yeah. Because how many times have we asked that question? What do you mean a pig? Is this part of my ranch? No, I don't know why we picked that term.
Okay. Question. Lots of side quests have been removed over the last several updated expansions. Any plans to add new little side quests here and there all over the game?
We actually haven't removed that many. The only time that we remove them is when
there was way too many, like when Reborn first came out.
There was way too many, those ones, yeah. And then a lot of times, if the quest was like super old and buggy, and then we just get so many reports about it.
Sometimes the buggy ones just have to go.
And then if it was just a bad quest, like just dumb, we get rid of it.
Those are just aggravating.
We are consistently adding new lower level content with the whole Thrush storyline, and so at some point in the future we'll be adding more to that.
Yeah. And the high level players probably notice there's always, fun new daily quests that'll keep getting added and that sort of thing.
So,
question:
yeah.
Mad Otter Frisbees. Ooh, I like it. Okay, I'm putting that on the list as well. Whoever asked that, good.
Any future plans for more content involving groups? For example,
dungeons.
How
should we answer that?
We know that players like playing in groups.
That's a really okay.
If we had infinite time and infinite resources, we would add up everything that players ever wanted.
Yeah. It's definitely something we've always talked about, so it's not something that we've thought, oh no, we'll never do that. It's more like, again, more time, more people, more everything.
Oh, that is weird. What is going on with the banner? Someone just pointed that out.
Well, Damon walked in the room. Things always change when he does that.
It's like going into green screen mode or something like that.
What'd you do, Damon?
It's probably me.
There he is.
Michael Scott.
His little head. Yeah, we've been rewatching the American Office, and Damon's become obsessed with Michael Scott. So, do you know what it's like to live and work with somebody who acts like Michael Scott? That's what she said. That's what she said. That's what she said. And now he just broke something, we think, but we're not sure.
Yeah.
Just keep going. Okay, so we're gonna ignore him for a bit. Wow, that's a lot of dashes in that one.
So this is all one word. How about to make some more look around homes? Will there be some new looks? And how about to make some new places for gardener update the current update spot for goal in the home looks?
And they'll answer. Well, I think that you did not answer that question. We got to try it one more time. Who asked that question? And done. Okay.
That's funny.
We'll try it again. Okay, let's not do dashes again. No,
How
it's okay.
about to make some auras looks around the homes?
Will there be some new looks? Question mark.
And how about to make some new places for
Oh,
gardening?
how?
So basically, you want the home, the player houses
House
to
upgrade.
look cool. Yeah. We've talked about that so much, and we love to. It's all just a
we
matter
really,
of
really would.
time and what's important, and
It's on the Otter wish list
Yeah.
for sure. Can we fly back and forth across the international Dateline to get extra prizes? How do you guys come up with this stuff? Node, it's up. Oops.
no. So our programmer is, he's kind of like the beautiful mind guy. I mean, or he
John
just
Nash?
kind of like, he knows
Except not
all
schizophrenic.
possibilities. He's like
Yeah.
like a superhero villain or something like that. And he's like, I foresee all things.
villain.
But he's brilliant like one.
He's definitely brilliant.
So he knows, and he has a special way that he detects that, and you only get one prize. So
yeah, odds are he's got every angle covered that you could have thought of.
yeah. So no, you can't cheat the system. When will the next item be
Thank you.
available
Oh,
in
you
our
fixed it?
own country time
Did
or
we do
based
something that
on
caused that?
Arden time? It'll be based on your local time. So
Excuse me.
I'm not sure the exact time that it typically resets, but it is based off of your local time. Let's move this back because I don't like looking at us.
I don't
30-second
either.
delay.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Let's see, do we get that one? Any plans for repeatable group side content? Oh, we are dungeons, arenas. I think we sort of covered that with maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, no fixed date. It's on the wish list as well. Time, resources, that kind of thing. Any new designs coming for future updates? Either new classes or new mount ideas.
Always new mount ideas. We're always adding some
I
new
saw a
mounts.
preview of one of the new mounts for Midsummer.
Yeah. So those are coming. No new classes right now.
Yeah.
It would be really cool to add a new class, but it's a lot of work. I mean,
Yeah.
we're talking. Not only do you have to make the class, and then you have to make new talent trees, full new talent trees, all new abilities.
Oh my
Each
God,
class has
yeah.
like 25 different abilities, different effects for those abilities, different gear, crafting recipes. What does the gear look like? What kind of weapons do they use? I mean, it is, and then you take all that and you times it by 90 levels. It's
Yeah.
a lot of work, and it would be really cool. But at the moment, it's just no plans
Priorities.
for it, yeah.
There's just a bunch of very specific things that we have lined up for the next 6 months at least. So I can't tell you what all those are, but anyway, let's start with Wellspring. We've been okay. That one. If iOS update in the App Store takes longer than 24 hours, will the calendar start then for iOS users? I don't think it should take. It should happen at the same time, shouldn't it?
And it should start based off your local time, so
Yeah.
that shouldn't really matter.
Yeah, you're safe.
Yeah.
Love the live streams and hear you guys talk about your process. Aw, well, that's nice.
Oh, that's a nice.
Yay, thank you. Question: why did you? I knew it was gonna get
yeah.
asked. Dun 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 dun. Why did you reduce the stack size to 250?
Yeah.
Who wants to take this? Maybe we should let Damon take this one.
Others
I'm gonna do it in a very
Yeah.
the very
9
simplified.
times less.
Yeah, the very simplified reason would be with Wellspring, all of the changes to the crafting and gathering system has reduced huge amounts of the materials that would have taken up so much room in your vaults.
And it's a really nuanced balance issue, and we see a lot of players talking about it, and we get where they're coming from. But
Definitely.
there's also a lot of other things that
Factors.
maybe they don't know about Wellspring yet, or maybe it's just a different play style. But it's like some people might be negatively affected by this change, and some people might be positively affected
Yeah.
by the general changes in Wellspring. But on the whole, we think that this is the balance. We tried to strike the right balance,
In between.
and based off of several different changes, including lower amount of items, including recipes now require less items, and I think there's a few other different things that kind of factor in. We just try to make the fair judgment call here. So,
And I think one thing to always just keep in mind is just try it first. So,
Yeah.
I think a lot of times people get really worried about what they imagine how bad things are going to be, or everything is abstract and in theory. But let's see what happens on Monday. Let's see how it really feels and works out for you guys, and then let's go from there.
yeah. And I will say two things. One, people are worried that all of a sudden they're going to log in and their vaults are going to be filled to the max.
Yeah, that's not
That
gonna
won't
happen. It's
happen.
not
The
gonna
conversion process is going to be fair, and it'll let things stay at this max stack size. So don't worry, that's not going to happen. And second, if you've been around the game for a while and you know the Otters, you know that we always listen and that we make changes as needed. And so if down the road a change needs to be made, we'll make the change.
We'll do it.
And so, but this is, we found the number that we felt was the right number, and we're going forward with it, and we'll just keep listening to feedback as it goes on. So, I mean, nothing's set
Let
in
us know
stone.
how everything is next week. We'll go from there.
If we currently have Elder Soul, do we keep it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's not.
No changes to
that's
Elder
not
Soul
going anywhere.
whatsoever in Wellspring. Absolutely no
Very
changes
good
there.
there. Have you thought about other cosmetic village buildings, like the statues, a treehouse? A treehouse? Ooh, I like that.
That's cool.
Who came up with that one?
So, out of curiosity, whoever asked this question, what would a treehouse do? Like, would it just be cosmetic? Would it just be something neat? Or,
I think it could
like,
be the new village tavern, like in a tree.
Oh, yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Place to hang out. I don't know.
Yeah. We have thought about some other things. Like, one thing that we talked about was making it so you could change your what's kind of generally called precipitation, which would be like you can make it be raining in your village.
Yeah, the weather, basically.
Or, if you go to Maiden and it's like glowing sparkles, like there's like different versions of that. Some zones have like embers floating through the air. Like, it'd be cool if you could like change those in and out. No current plans for that, but I think that would be.
I want a rope swing. Could you do a rope swing if
rope
we had a
swing.
tree house?
I
Rope swing that maybe goes over the lake.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Okay. Moving on. Let's see. Got that one. When are we getting server-wide repeatable projects? Monday?
Server wide.
Oh, server-wide. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know.
What do you mean by server?
So you want like the whole server, like regardless of village, to like
Not
work
just
together on
villages.
something?
Oh, that's a big ask.
We have no plans for that right now.
Yeah, this is very much a village-themed
Yeah.
expansion.
How did you come up with the amount of 10K when maxed for village nodes?
Yeah, that's all you can.
I thought of what number is a lot, and I thought that number. I actually kind of, to tell you the truth, I think I was like, I think I want it to have 10 ranks. I think that's what I had it set, and I kind of like just came up with some numbers of like how much it grew each time, and like how much I'd want it to grow, and I kind of thought like, how much could it be that several people could go to the node and pull a bunch off of it, and there was still something remaining? That it's like one person stocked it, one hero went out, got the materials out of the world, came back, stocked it, and then several villagers, I got what I needed, I got what I needed, I got what I needed, and it still didn't need to be stocked. And I was like, 10,000 feels like about that number. So that's how I came up with it.
There you go. That's a good answer. You changed pies to no longer require cinnamon, but now require eggs of similar level. Do you mean egg level similar to cinnamon, or similar to whatever pie being made?
Similar to the pie.
There we go.
Generally, eggs and ham were they were only used for breakfast. They were only used, there's 2 ranching animals, and both products were only used to make one item. So eggs and ham are both featured more prominently in several different recipes. And recipes that we kind of try to make sense. I mean, you use eggs when you make a pie. That's how it goes. Yeah. And so we're like, that makes sense, and let's add them in here. And we also had so many complaints about the cinnamon because it was a lower level crop. It would take 9 hours to grow.
The time
you
was
didn't
a
get
big
any
one.
experience from it. It was just kind of, and it was neat in concept because you do use cinnamon in a lot of pies.
And it looked kind of cool.
But it's like, no, it should be something that scales. And what else do we have? And it's like, eggs.
Eggs. There we go.
And then also, cinnamon was bad because it was like you have to grow your pie ingredients in your garden and cinnamon in your garden, so it kind of hit the garden twice. Well, now it hits the garden and then it hits the ranch, so you kind of have to do both.
Cooking channel. Okay, now I'm reading the wrong questions. Okay. What will cinnamon turn into? We already did that. Since you're removing saturation contributions, are the daily points gained towards projects going to be increased, or are we going to be handicapped unless we drop massive amounts of gold to push a project to next rank?
So there's kind of 2 questions there.
Yeah.
One is generally all the projects are rebalanced, and they are, now that we only have one way to contribute, which is daily tasks, we could balance it a lot better, because we could be like, how many days typically, like what is the fastest that a village could level this up, and then we balance for that. Obviously not every village is going to completely fill a daily task every single day, and so we kind of erred on the side of caution there. But you don't have to sink a massive amount of things in there. And then specifically on gold, every day, every single daily task has 7 different items, and because it's one item all the way up to level 90, and every 15 it comes out to 7, and then an 8th slot for gold, and there's 500 gold that you could put into a daily task every day. So you can only put a maximum of 500, which is a lot, but when you divide that over possibly 60 villagers, it's not that much. And when you consider how the daily tasks work, where I don't remember the exact math, but I think it's once you have donated 25% of the total available things you could donate, you've completed 50% of that daily task. So it's weighted heavily towards the beginning, which we did that to make it more fair. So the diehard, huge, crazy villages can certainly complete a whole task in one day, but a small village will still be able to sort of keep up because they get these big boosts at the beginning. It's all a lot of math, but our programmer set it all up, and it's really slick.
That was a very comprehensive answer.
Yeah.
Did you guys like that? I was impressed with that answer. Question: are we asking enough questions? Answer: yes, you are. Now these are great questions.
Yeah, keep them coming.
Are statue projects going to remain? Yes. I guess it's time to scroll, and I'm doing the menu.
Oh wow, we have a lot more questions than
We should scroll more often. Oh, here we go. Golden tools. Patch notes state that golden tools will now be soulbound. Could you please reassure us that Crown Shop tools will remain the way they are now? Example, account bound if they are currently account bound. Thank you.
I'm thinking about this.
So
yeah,
I think we can reassure them of that. Can't we?
Maybe the Otters can move this question up to a note that I'll dig into this later. But I'm fairly sure that all shop tools that aren't golden tools are soulbound. So maybe they'll be account bound because you opened them out of a like gift bag or something like that, and you've never equipped them. And if that's the case, they will stay account bound. But I'm almost positive that as soon as you put that tool on a character, it'll become soulbound, and that's not changing. There's no change there. So all of like the tools like the Molten Chisel, Verdu, Sky, all those kind of things, there was no change to those at all. It's just that golden tools are going away and they're becoming those. So I'll look into that later just to be sure on that. But great question.
Because of the auction house changes, will everything currently in it be returned to Beaver blocked us again? Be returned to us, or will they just stay in there?
They'll just stay in there.
Stay in there.
I think there's a few cases where certain items, if they get converted, they might kind of get in kind of a funky state, and by that I mean that it might be harder for people to find them, like something like an egg might not be in the egg category, and so there's a lower chance that someone's going to buy it, so you'll probably end up getting it returned to you through the normal auction house system. So generally I would just suggest that people don't really use the auction house over the next few days, just to avoid kind of like wasting a few fees. But
which you put that in the post, I think.
I think so.
Yeah. Will the ranching items bought from shop now become soulbound, i.e. flute, etc.? So
there was no change to those, so they shouldn't. There's no change. Yeah.
What if you have husks in your shared item vault? Will your toons be able to share them?
If the item is in, I'm assuming you're talking about crafting jewelry, and if it is in a shared vault, the first toon that pulls that out of there, it'll become soulbound to that character. So, but you can never put it back in, so you can't put a husk, and they won't really be husks in there because they have never had a character wear them, and they'll have the enchantment on them. So, so the first toon that pulls them out, it'll be soulbound to them, and they can't put it back in the shared vault because you can't put soulbound stuff into that vault. So. Question: after the update, will mobile users have all the functions, etc., that PC users do?
Pretty close. There's maybe
with an asterisk.
Yeah, there's there's definitely some more little finessing and this and that. It's not going to feel 100%, but it's really close now.
I think the only thing I can think off the top of my head is PC users have a little bit more control over customizing their house. They can flip. They can flip like the wing styles, and mobile users can't do that. And then the knowledge book, which is not a gameplay required.
Right.
It's not like enhancement that you couldn't enhance. It's just an informational interface. So, but besides that, it should almost be on par.
Yeah.
So.
I enjoyed the jumpy steps quest for fun. Anyway, can you return something like that? Yes, people either loved or hated those jumpy steps.
Are you talking about the Deontay or?
Remember a long time ago the other one in the
Oak
Valley?
Yeah, there was the Oak Valley one with the treants. There's the Deontay, the Mire of Shame.
The Mire of Shame,
And then there's the Maldwin's Tomb, one. Yeah, I like jumping quests. I think they're kind of fun.
So I think the answer is yes. There will always be
Yeah.
jumping quests.
Yeah. On that note, what do people think of? What other things like jumping puzzles are there? Like just
That are
I'm
fun.
just
Fun
curious to
things.
hear some ideas.
Yeah, that's good.
I loved, for example, the Valuna history of Pyrrhus Quest. Any chance there will be chained side quests and side stories from other NPCs and villagers and heroes? For example, a story about King Minos or anything.
I think that'd be
Yeah,
fun.
yeah. I thought the Valuna stuff was awesome, and it was kind of fun because it was like there was the long running Pyrrhus quest,
Right.
but then you kind of had this
kind
like
of
thing
Doing it
running,
concurrent.
which is cool.
Yeah.
Sarah wrote all that, so Sarah's a great writer.
But we'll eventually finish the Black Thrush section, and then I think it'll be fun to go do what you're talking about. Like, get all these existing NPCs that need some lore and
Yeah.
put some
That'd be
content in. Yes. Not enough time. Not enough.
Yeah.
Anyway.
How will lunar fleece be converted to the new fleece types? It'll be converted based off of the level of the lunar fleece. So if you have a level 30 lunar fleece, it'll be converted to level 30 regular fleece, but at a better ratio than 1-to-1. So
Do you ever plan to add a housing instance where would actually enter and decorate our houses? Again, Otter wish list. No fixed date, but 'tis on the list. The wish list. Is it still possible to get in the village normally instead of immediately teleported to our home?
if you go through a portal,
Yeah.
you'll if you go through the portal in Summers Hollow or Ardent
Ardent
City,
City.
you'll go right in through the portal.
But
But
otherwise,
otherwise,
no.
you land right at
Yeah.
your house.
And trust me, the more you do it, the more you're gonna love it. At first, you're like, oh, but I like going right to
Yeah.
them. You're like, no.
And
love
also,
it.
there's all the teleporters. You do have to
Yeah.
unlock them all,
Which kind of takes a while, but
yeah. But once it's done, it's
doable.
done. And then they're positioned hopefully in good places where you kind of get a pass. So you're like, oh, I want to go check the vault or something like that. Actually, that's a bad example, but something else you can teleport quickly. I say the vault's a bad example because now there's vault access points in both of
So
the
there's two different
districts.
vaults now,
There's
yeah.
3. There's one in the
Right.
borough, one in the main village, and then one in Lakeside. So that's even easier than it was before.
Yeah. That's good.
Will the reduced stack size to 250 help speed up portaling? No.
No.
There'll be no. It's not a. It's a
Yeah.
balance change. It's not a efficiency change.
I
So.
think you're probably thinking back to that time a couple years ago when old characters with tons of quest data was logging down the servers. Every
Yeah.
time they entered a zone, it
Yeah,
would. Yeah.
but that's fixed now.
Yep.
How about a storage sale soon? We need more space with a shorter stack size. Good idea, and maybe.
Maybe.
But we'll see how things go for a while.
The first few weeks of Wellspring, we're just. Yeah.
We
will see how
also,
things
I
go.
mean, the reason we changed the stack size was a game balance reason, and I feel like if we did a storage sale like right after Wellspring went live, people would kind of feel like they're getting gouged, and that's not the purpose of it. That's not the point of it. So we don't want people to like, oh, and now they're asking us for money, you know. So it's like, so we'll see. Play it by ear.
Do we need to pull out everything from our shared vaults for any conversions that become soulbound?
No.
Yeah, can't think of what that would be.
Yeah. If they become soulbound, they'll stay soulbound in your shared vault until you pull it out, and then it'll stay on that character. So just be careful about that, I suppose. But the only thing that's happening too is crafting jewelry, so necklaces. So you don't have to worry about like your ore or anything like that. In the village cosmetic options, will I be able to have a snowy village? So this was actually on the table.
Yeah.
We want to do it. Here's the trick with snow. So some people don't realize this, but in game design, snow falls and it lands on things.
So then where does it,
Yeah.
do it?
And so what happens when you have a snowy village, but all the houses have a roof that doesn't have snow on them?
It looks really weird. Like really weird.
It looks really weird. And same thing with like the statue doesn't have snow on it. That looks weird. The trees don't have snow on it. That looks weird. And it's just kind of one of those things that you don't realize it looks weird until you actually see it, and it looks really weird.
And then it would become that thing that you all sort of make
Yeah.
fun of.
And so it's like, and it would be a huge undertaking to like, oh, well, if snow zone is enabled, then convert all houses to snow roof. And it's like, it actually is a huge tech problem. So it's just one of those things that it's like, yeah, it kind of just can't really do that. So
Sorry. Why hasn't someone brought Sarah and Diet some warm pretzels and beer cheese yet? Excellent
That's a great
question.
idea.
Damon, can you go get us some warm pretzels and beer cheese, please? And off he goes. My God, if only he'd do this all the time. Okay.
what about the translate the game in other languages? For example, Russian. When I was reading the quest in Russian, it was really funny and sad because I can't understand what I need to do. So I use the English. So here's the deal. Most of our translations except German and obviously English are machine translated, and that's why they sound funny, because machine translate
Google Translate
can't hit it perfectly. The price difference between getting somebody to actually translate our entire game into the native language versus a machine translate is like
astronomical.
100x. Like it's ridiculous.
So if we were a big company, if we had
peanuts.
Oh, you really did bring us God, that's quite a bit, Damon.
It was just
I was trying to tell you something. Look, Damon brought us peanuts. So there we
recently
go.
found I'm allergic to nuts. So.
Ew, he's allergic. Well, we don't.
Well, not like that
we don't
bad.
want you going to the hospital right before Wellspring.
Tummy problems that I eat.
Okay.
So, what were we talking about?
No idea. Is that me echoing?
I don't. We were
That
just
trips me
languages.
out.
Yeah.
Languages, yeah.
So yeah, it's
an unfortunate reality that
so
right now we
wish
can't afford it.
and we know that sometimes it's kind of hard to understand things.
Oh, it's terrible. Some I've seen how awful some of it is, and so we know this, and we're very sorry.
But it's literally like thousands and thousands of dollars to even get one language.
Although we do have a, if you are interested, Damon had when he first set up the Google Translate, an open Google Doc for anyone who just wanted to volunteer and contribute translating. So if that's something you're interested in, you can contact any one of us. We'd love it, sure. Please do.
Do pies, Ardent Society membership, and other XP boosters help increase the amount of XP we get from donating to village projects? Yes, they do.
Yes, they do. Okay. Thank you, Damon.
Yes.
Can you give us something to do with our excess Pyrus medallions, like for daily tasks? I don't know.
Whenever there's a delayed pause, just assume it's going to mean probably not.
I guess so. We kind of don't really like the medallions at this point. It was an old system and it worked really well for Traven. It kind of barely worked for Pyrus.
By then, no, the novelty had worn off, and it was just annoying.
People didn't like it. However, every time we try to remove it, people say don't remove it. So,
but I think it's also because people who worked hard to get them, they're like, no way, you can't. We worked so hard for those. That's not fair if you take them out. Other people should have to work just as hard. So,
but if you notice,
kind of a
like
tricky balance.
everything, all the content past 75 has not had medallions, and it's for specific reasons because it wasn't a very well received system.
That's better, don't you think?
Yeah.
Don't you think the content without the medallions is better? Yeah.
So I know it's a personal dream of mine, and I'm pretty sure it's of Sarah's, to go through and redo all of Traven and Pyrus.
Yes.
Like, it'd be so cool. Like, the story in Pyrus is so good. Like, it's so good with Saphira, but
it's all just, there's all these bugs and questions, like, all glitchy.
The execution wasn't great.
It's not smooth.
And that was the first time we worked together.
It really was.
On story. That was the first time Sarah wrote for the game, and I implemented it, and we didn't really have our system worked out very well.
We had no system worked out, and it shows, because just everything's really choppy, and things don't fit or work right, and...
But we still, the Pyrus storyline is just great. And, like, even just a few days ago, Damon was watching the Pyrus trailer and was talking about how great it is. And, like, that narrating, we
hired the best voice actor for that one. That was fun.
We love Pyrus, and there was definitely missteps, medallions. Every zone is dark and gloomy.
The
a
many
lot of the quests were
dungeons,
confusing, and so there were some missteps. But it would be cool to go back and just like touch it up and add some more bright zones and make the quests all work really smoothly and get rid of the medallions. But that's work. There's always so much to do.
How has Ever not had a pretzel yet? Can someone do something about that? Well, you'll have to talk to Damon about that too. With the Elemental Fleece gone, what will the quest for Stone Garden Key now ask for?
It's regular fleece.
Regular fleece, because it converts? Okay.
Yeah. Funny thing is, I go through and I change things and I convert everything, and then a
You'll
tester asks me the same question,
yeah.
and they're like, "What's going to happen here?" I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I need to go do that." And then I go and I check, and I'm like, "Oh, I already did."
Oh,
so I already know that one.
Is the vault sorting option in the works or on your wish list?
It's a wish list.
Wish list.
It would be cool, but
will Yaphet's concoction quest change or despair? Oh, that better not change. That's the throwing up one, right? I love that one.
Yeah, Yaphet's still there. All the
we must all still vomit.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
Paper ache.
Was this game created in Germany and then you bought the rights for it? No. This game was created here in Eugene, Oregon by the Mad Otter team.
Yep. It initially was published by a German company, which is where I think the confusion gets in. Mm-hmm. But it's an American-made game
100%.
From the beginning.
Yeah.
So.
Can more than one person use the node at one time? No.
No, not currently. However, and I'm assuming that's probably in context with the village, because that's where people want to gather a lot of times.
Yeah.
But now with the changes to gathering in the wild, it's a lot easier for people to like, oh, I need a specific type of ore, I need a specific type of fish, and they can go to that node in the wild and get what they need. So there shouldn't be as much of a starving for nodes. Possibly you'd be like, oh, I want to gather in the village, or I want to gather a high level 14 or 29 node, and those might be full. But there's, for example, there's copper nodes from 1 through 14. There's a ton of copper nodes.
I don't see this being a problem at all.
I don't think it'll be a problem.
Many of us save meds for projects. Could you include those, as well as add in Pyron meds?
Same.
Add-
I guess we sort of.
Yeah.
Just different.
Any plans to let us name our mounts? Oh my god, I would love to do that.
You
But-
can.
No.
You can just name it.
can't.
You can just call it,
Yeah, abstract in my head naming doesn't count.
and you can tell people.
I want
just walk
people to be,
through-
to walk up and be like, "Oh, hello, Bartholomew," and just know it's Bartholomew. And anyway, so that's a wish list one.
Here's a fun fact. I'm sure all of our players know this, but I just think it's cool. If you type /walk, which makes you walk, and you're mounted, your mount will walk, and you'll just kind of trot along.
And it looks kind of funny depending on your mount.
Yeah,
It's
actually,
really cute.
I think we had a contest one time. We had a
Oh,
walking,
yeah,
a
yeah, it
walking
was
mount
Starfall.
contest. It was kind of fun. But so I just envision you could just do /walk, walk around on your mount, and just tell anybody that walks by, be like, "Meet my horse. His name is Joe." You know, I don't know.
It's just not as fun. Because, I mean, come on, naming our farm animals, that's great, right?
Yeah.
Like, what needs to be the same? Anyway, wish list.
Yeah,
Do we need to pull out everything from our shared
we already
vault?
got
Yeah,
that.
no, you sure don't.
yeah.
Wow,
Wow.
we cleared Ever's Google
We
Doc.
cleared the
Dun,
question
dun,
list. There's no
dun.
current pending questions. Great questions, guys.
Yeah, really good questions.
Now we're gonna try to catch up in chat.
Yeah, so now you have us on this one.
Mount is named
Oh,
Dancer.
that's
What kind of
right.
mount is that?
Sounds like a reindeer.
Yeah. Oh, that's probably that's pretty astute.
Well, let's see. We could always test some of their knowledge about Wellspring.
Oh, I see a
What do you
question.
think? You know?
Will the exotic plants give more money than the cost of the seeds?
You just turn on the air
I
conditioner.
think they do. Do they currently not? I'm pretty sure they do. I think maybe the only ones that don't is Hasty. Sorry.
I was half listening and not really paying attention, so I don't know on that one. What about costumes for mounts? Oh, well, now that would be something.
Pretty cool.
No plans on that, but I think that's a great idea. I thought Eber was updating the doc. They do.
Yeah.
Wow, I think we're all caught up.
Yeah. So let's see.
What else? What else?
So if you guys haven't, go ahead and check out the patch notes.
Definitely.
Huge.
They're so long.
Huge,
You
long
think they're
patch
not
notes.
quite as long as Starfall, but
Yeah, probably
pretty
not.
dang close.
Pretty close. But funny, I learned my lesson from Starfall.
Which lesson was that?
To keep track of things.
Oh.
Because in Starfall, like writing the patch notes was so hard because I just was like changing things and not writing it down. And,
Yeah.
and this time I was like very careful about writing all the patch notes down. And when we were doing our test cycles, I kept everything organized so that when I put the final patch notes together, it wasn't so hard.
Well, and unless you're testers, you probably don't realize each build much changes each time. Because testers will be like, well, this doesn't work, and this balancing doesn't. This has to be changed, and so it definitely is quite different from when it first starts out. Okay. Will the exotic plants give more money than the cost of the seeds?
Try to answer that. I don't. I think that they do. I've never heard that, so I think that they do. It's just one of those small details. Any chance of adding some crafting and gathering quests in the gathering zones? There are a few, like the Traven Gathering Isles, which is now called the Thriving Isles. They have some daily quests in there for gathering and crafting. What gathering zones are you specifically talking about? Because then Pyrus has also some. Like there's the Yvette, there's the whole Yvette quest line that requires some stuff. So yeah.
About Black Fury Gorge.
And then Kiwa has some quests too. So
Not that one. In 2014, you had Black Fury Gorge that scaled players up to level 75 to fight mobs in any zone in the zone. Any plans to do that again in the future?
well, that's an event zone.
Yeah.
So the funny thing about Black Fury.
I was gonna say, are you gonna tell them the story or not?
So Black Fury. So we have event zones, right? Everyone's familiar with them. We have Sugar Sweet Live now. We have Christmas zones, all that kind of stuff. So when we came out with Fury of the Stone Lord, we thought, let's celebrate with an event zone. Like, how cool would that be? And so we created Black Fury Gorge specifically as it's an event. It's like the gargoyles are marching on Arden,
And
you know,
it's supposed
come
to be the
help.
battlefield, and that's why there's a back door. There was the access from one of the dungeons in the pirate zone.
And so it was always supposed to be a temporary zone. It was an event just like ours. It was only supposed to last a few months, and months stretched out and stretched out and stretched out. People liked it.
People really liked it.
And so eventually we were kind of moving past the Pyrus content, and we tried to take it down at least three times. I tried to remove it.
And we kept moving it in different locations on the map.
We moved it around because people couldn't find it, and they're like, oh, but you can't get to Pyrus, but level 1 players should be able to get there. And it was just turned into this huge mess. And we do know that players like to play together, and that's an important lesson we've learned, and we're going to use that for various things. But Black Fury Gorge also is not a very well laid out zone. It's not a very pretty zone. It doesn't have very good content in the zone.
It's definitely not very pretty.
And so it's like a level 1 player going in there and like, this is what the game's about. It just wasn't sending the right message.
Looks like mud.
And then with Starfall, it became a normal zone because we didn't have the event tech, and we're like, well, maybe we can make it back into an event once we get the event tech done. But then it's like, well, that's a whole project of itself, and it's better if it's just part of the Pirates content. So it's probably not coming back as an event zone.
And to all of those who do love it, because I know many of you do, and Angelina Copperscale, I'm very sorry, because you're probably listening to this going, I'm going to kill those devs. It's just there were a lot of reasons why it's just no longer possible. But like Diet just said, we're gonna take this idea of what we know is great about it and hopefully be able to implement it in a way that works better. So in a non-Black Fury Gorge way. Okay. Can we have mounts, prance, and dance?
That'd be awesome.
No, but you can have Damon. He knows that.
Yeah.
Okay. The recipe quest with the garden items, is that the same? Recipe quest with the garden items. Which quest?
More detail on that question, please.
Yaffet?
I'm
No.
not sure what you're talking about.
What would that be? Anyway, okay, moving on. What's going to happen? Nope, no, we already did that one. Can there be a vault and cog venter in every gathering zone? Does there need to be?
I mean, there is in Kiwa, and that covers through 29. No.
There doesn't need to be cog vendors, do there? Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's plenty of those.
Yeah. So, and in your village there is, so I wouldn't worry about that. Question, do you watch anime? So that's funny. So the thing is, I feel like anime has this huge scale on it. Because there's like the diehard people that love, like, I only watch it in sub, I only watch it in native, Japanese or whatever language. And then there's some people that are like, oh, I watch an American show that sort of has an anime style, I watch anime. So I used to watch more of it. I used to be really into a show called Naruto.
Named after the poet?
Probably not. I recently watched Castlevania on Netflix. I really enjoyed that. I recently tried to get my wife to watch some anime with me. It was Naruto again. And I forgot how slow anime can be. I don't know if you've ever watched it, but it's really slow sometimes. Like, it repeats stuff all the time. And so currently I'm not really into anime all that much.
I definitely don't. Sorry.
So
can we have Lathan Trader's Path Refuge? Maybe? Is it super
is it
necessary?
needed? Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, it's definitely something that we could think about. The quest that here we go. The quest that requires broccoli, leek, spinach, green beans, dragon eyelash. Is that the one that
that's
when we asked to be, okay, so what?
It's not changing.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, anything that needed to change changed. So, like, for example, gardening doesn't have spices anymore. There was like certain things that were called spices, and those are gone. And I think maybe Yafet asked for some of those, but they've just been changed to the other things. So.
Sorry, new to the game. When they mentioned that the update will not need mod parts anymore, is that the Fang for silk and whatnot?
Yeah. Yep. The only thing not to get confused with is pelts.
Those stay, yeah.
Because that sort of is like a monster part, and it's sort of been categorized as one before, but pelts are staying. And boars, you can get pelts from boars. No boars are hurt in the process. And you can get pelts from animals in the wild. But those are staying, because those are for leather, which is needed for hunters. So.
Can we have a vendor in Marigold Zone at the crafting stations? That actually would be good, because the Marigold crafting area is really cool, and I've noticed that it's very popular. It seems like I've seen a lot of crafting parties there, and it's cool to see it so utilized. So yeah, I think we could probably do that.
And what kind of vendor would you guys want? Probably just any vendor.
Just any vendors?
Maybe some component vendors. That's the name.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
We don't need.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Can you sell more dances in the shop, please? That's another wish list. We would like
Oh,
to do that.
yeah. We miss Ryan. She did all the dances for us.
She did great animations.
Yeah. Thriller would be fun. I still want the Arrested Development chicken dance myself.
Oh, which one? Which is your favorite?
I want the moms.
The mom. Oh, man.
All right, I want to do the chicken dance now. Any plans for Zogs to maybe have their own UI? For example, maybe a Zog collection book.
No plans for that. It'd be cool.
Neat idea. Yeah, I love how you guys have just some really cool stuff here.
That is a neat idea, but currently no plans. Out of curiosity, how do people like Zogs? Just you guys can just answer. I mean, they were super lame for so long because they didn't do anything.
They didn't do anything. Yeah.
And then we kind of added so you can get crown tails and stuff like that. So is that something people like? They like collecting Zogs these days? Because I don't know. Sometimes the system's just in the game and people just do it or not, and we don't really know. So do you guys like Zogs?
I think they're all busy saying hi to Edge, so we'll leave that alone. There we go. Love Zogs. Let's see. Question: in what will monster parts be converted to?
Moats of Yorick.
Yeah. Having the 3 Traven Isles made into one, will there be teleport people to maneuver around in this zone?
Nope. There's a travel pad in the zone, and it's on its own little island that's directly in the center of all 3. But otherwise, you just have to swim to each island. So, but it's kind of fun swimming there because it's like.
Oh, it's beautiful!
Yeah.
I love Traven. Talking about vaults, do you plan on creating a tab so we can have access to them anytime, anywhere?
Nope.
We're like, no.
Nope. I mean, maybe
Sorry.
someday we could like sell a premium item in the item shop that gives you vault access, kind of like Alfred is a vendor. But no, it's kind of one of those things that you can only get vaults in your city, and it's kind of a reason to go to Ardent and bump into people, and or go to your village and check your house and whatnot. Well, now traveling to your house, you could literally
instantly.
You can instantly have access to your vault.
You could be like doing an Elder Boss run and then just go. Oh, I forgot this. Go back and get it. Any changes or fixes with the knowledge book? Yes, definitely. There was some polishing up. Things were made. The recipes now make much more sense.
Yeah. And they're displayed in a way that looks a lot more like the crafting window, and they kind of have some like tree structure to them. It's a little better. It needs a little bit of polish still, and still not on mobile. But it's better than it used to be.
Definitely.
Question: in the forum thread getting ready for Wellspring, it mentions that Wellspring is coming in 2 days, but the 14th is in 3 days. That's why we put that, because there can be some confusion.
Yeah.
Because based off of time zones,
There's
the
Europe,
14th actually
there's
starts.
Russia. Yeah, so that could be Sunday night at midnight for some of you, or.
Let's see, because Pacific we're at -8, right?
Right.
And so it could be 4 o'clock in the afternoon here, and that's technically the next day. And so.
And we've also found it's a little better just to leave that window a bit open, so you all aren't just agonizing. Where's the build? Where's the build? So it'll be within between Sunday at midnight and Monday.
Well, I think we said from Sunday at 6.
Sunday at 6. Yeah, there we go.
Could be.
Okay.
But that's why we put that post out there to warn people that hey, it could be coming. And when it does come in, it won't just instantly go down. You'll get a server warning.
Definitely,
and all that
we'll
kind
make
of
posts and all of that.
What's becoming of the 3rd Shadow Faded Traven Isles? The Shadow Faded Islands actually stayed exactly the same.
Yeah, that's no different.
So there's no change to the Shadow Faded versions of the Traven Islands. They're all exactly the same. Could you trim the number of Zogs down slightly so they can all fit into one vault without any spillover? I absolutely love collecting Zogs.
No. Yeah, like why? Just so you can put no.
I mean,
Zogs are
I get it.
fun, yeah.
But there's just different races, and that's just how many races we have in the game. So probably not.
Question: how did the idea of Zogs come into the game?
I don't know.
That was pre you, definitely
That was
pre
pre-me.
me.
They were just in there. I think somebody wanted kind of a.
I think we need Damon on that one, and now he's disappeared. Are you thinking of having more morphs? I don't know what a morph is. What's
Polymorph.
a morph? Oh, there we go. Polymorph.
Yeah.
Yeah, aren't those the best? I love those. I really do.
I wish we could have more, and when we'll have more. I'm not saying we won't. There is a underlying tech issue that we couldn't have you turn into like a boar, because a boar has different animation sets, and like what happens when you're a boar and you cast a fireball? Does it like do something weird? Or so there's like some there's some limitations to the system, unfortunately, but we'll soon be adding a few more.
Yeah.
Any plans to add a third shared vault? Is there a need for a third shared vault? We've never. That's the first time I've ever heard. I mean, seriously, because if there is, we might. So
let's see how the next few weeks go with Wellspring.
Yeah.
You guys let us know.
Yeah.
Can you share what was the most difficult process for you guys to deal with while tackling this project? Boy, I wouldn't even know how he would start. He had many difficult things.
Well, there was two difficult things. One is, so I'm the lead designer, but Damon, our president, is also sort of the lead designer as well. And a lot of times when we're doing big changes, Damon and I will just like meet like every day and just talk about ideas and bounce things off of each other. And a lot of the changes in Wellspring, it took many, many meetings to like kind of like hash out what we were going to kind of do. And so that was kind of hard. Not like it's just hard because it kind of felt like it was stalling for a while. And this was like several months ago before anybody had an idea Wellspring was coming out. But I think even harder than that was we finally decided what we were going to do. And we're like, this is what we're going to do. These changes are going to make. And then I went through and kind of like categorized all the things that we needed to do. And I was like, all right. And then I was like, I came into work and I was like, time to get started on this stuff. And it was like, oh my gosh, this is so much work.
Well, and then there were so many things that we had to cut.
Yeah.
I mean, there were some things I was really excited about, but it was just literally impossible with the time to get them in.
Yeah.
So maybe down the road.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
Ogre Eyes.
Will thinks like Ogre Eyes. The blue lobsters just disappeared to be converted to something else. If it's a quest item and the quest is gone, then they'll be deleted. But I don't think.
But otherwise, because you're thinking like those are monster parts or something. No, those are safe. Quest items like that are safe.
I think Ogre Eyes. I don't think they're going away because I don't think they're I don't think they're going away. Blue Lobster, I think, is just going to get deleted because it was for a quest that is being deleted.
Gone. Okay.
So maybe make Zogs stack higher. Well, you need 5 to turn them in. And how high do they stack now?
What is the current size?
See, this game is so. I mean, we have a huge game, and I don't know the answer to every question.
Yeah. Nor should you have to know.
Yeah.
Mini games, yes, those would be fun. Again, on the wish list. We'd love some feedback on the forums. What sort of mini games would you guys like? You tell us. What's that still is in keeping with our game versus adding a Las Vegas slot machine in the middle of Traven,
And I will say that we'll probably never add mini games that are like, oh, you click on something and like a little menu opens up and now you're basically playing like a different game or something like that. Like that's not.
The games need to be really tied within the world that.
But if it's like a race, like you're racing, or I think that person suggested killing mobs within 5 minutes, like that type of mini game that like it's almost like your character is playing the mini game, right? It's not you're playing a mini game. It's like your character is like, I'm gonna go kill things as fast as I can. That's stuff that we'd like to add.
Mm-hmm.
But just kind of like what, when, where, how is always the big question.
Would it be possible to be able to move our bags and vaults around by dropping them around?
So you want to make it so like, oh, my first and third bag completely swap.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's interesting.
It'd be interesting, but I don't know that there's enough
need
warrant for it.
Yeah. And honestly, that would be something that would be on our programmer, and boy, his list is really, really long.
I think before doing anything like that, we'd probably do like vault sorting would be like
higher
priority than that.
Which we think
or getting it so rarity to show in vaults, like that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Question about items like sockets. There are 2 soulbound, but take 2 separate stacks due to different description wording. Any possibility you can rewrite the description to match. They're different because they're different.
That's a good answer.
It's usually because they're from different sources and such. So they probably. So the short answer is no. Typically, the ones that you get that don't stack, you get them from a very specific way or something like that. It's not typically reproducible, so they just won't stack. So you can just use them up.
I bought all pets, but while they can be active only 15 minutes. That's just because
it's a tech limitation, actually.
Yeah, there we go.
It's actually 10 minutes. Are you asking for 15 minutes? Or are you
saying you wish it was longer?
Yeah. I wish it was forever. I think that'd be way cooler.
Would be fun,
but it's a tech limitation. And someday, again, wish list, we'd like to, make a really cool pet system. But currently, that's what it is.
we have our vault items have colored backgrounds to match our inventory.
and a wish
That would be
list.
neat, yeah.
So yeah, let's keep the questions coming. More Wellspring questions too. I mean, it's great you guys are asking
Yeah.
general questions, but Wellspring is just so close. Of all expansions, Reborn versus Starfall versus Wellspring, which one was more tougher and
Starfall.
took more thought?
Starfall.
Starfall, definitely.
Starfall was just...
Starfall was so massive.
Because, everything was completely revamped. I mean, everything.
Yeah. Also, Starfall had phase 1, phase 2, where I actually spent 2 months working on what would eventually be Starfall, but we called it the combat build.
Oh, that's
we
right.
released it on
That's
test.
right.
It got huge negative reactions initially.
That was like a year and a half before Starfall.
And we completely cut it, completely
everyone
just junked
hated it, yeah.
and shelved it, and then came back and started doing it the right way later.
And then, at first we were just like, well, we're gonna change items first, and that was before we were even gonna do combat. Yeah, and then it just grew and grew and grew and grew. Anyway, are the bugs stored in my vault going to disappear, or will they morph into the new bugs? Morph.
And clarification, you just want more time. Okay, yeah.
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 Tech
It's tech
limitation.
limitation, so someday it would be cool to do more.
How about to add
Buttle pets
Buttle
that you
pets?
can buy
What's a
then
buttle
in the
pet?
magazine or shop. What's a buttle?
Yeah, it sounds cool.
Beetle?
Beetle? You want a pet beetle?
Or maybe it's like a beetle that has a big butt.
Do we want that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know.
I hate to each his own.
Yeah. Well, it's 2:40. We've been
Say,
going.
hour
so
and 40
I
minutes.
think
I don't know. I mean, we could do questions or not do gifts.
Yeah.
If that's what you guys want. So we're thinking we should do some gifts. Where's Damon the waiter hiding? Don't know. All right, so
battle pets is.
battle.
that
Sorry,
would
we're
be
like
cool. See,
Beetles
that would
with
be
big
awesome.
butts. Yeah, that
Battle
would
pets
be really cool.
I mean, that's a great example of a mini game, right? When you can battle your pets together. I mean, it's like
that would be great.
Pokemon.
And they would have names.
Yeah.
The pets.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see how well they know their material.
Okay, so we're gonna do several different giveaways because we like doing giveaways.
We do.
So we're gonna do some raffling where everyone has an equal chance to win. We're also gonna, but we'll do those in a second. So first we're gonna do some trivia. So we're only gonna do 2 trivia questions, and we're just gonna ask the question, and the first person to respond with the correct answer gets the prize, and
Is
that's
the
it.
winner. Yeah.
And generally across both trivia questions and the raffle, no one can win twice. So
Definitely.
definitely. So you get
Ever is going to be in charge of marking down who the winners are, so there will be no confusion.
Yep.
Okay.
So let's start with the first trivia question. So first person to answer this correctly in chat, gets
Will
the prize.
win.
Oh, they'll win a celestial tiger mount.
Woo!
Yeah. So if you already have a celestial tiger mount, maybe you don't
Don't
want
answer
this.
the question.
Yeah. But you can always put on your alt.
Yeah.
So, which otter likes cosmos?
As in cosmopolitans.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see who wins this one, and then we have a second trivia question after.
Gosh, maybe nobody read the ledger.
Yeah.
Is that what's going on? Well, there's a big silence
There
on
it
that
is.
chat.
Lily.
Damon! Okay, there we go. Lily 479.
Can one of the otters write that name down? Lily 479.
Ever, you got that
Yep.
one covered for us?
Yep.
Congratulations, Lily. You just won a Celestial Tiger mount. Woo!
And so following real quick up on that, we're going to ask a second trivia question.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, we recently did a player interview. The first person to name their class, their server, and their platform. You don't have to know their name. Class, server, platform. You win, and you'll get a Molten Paladin outfit. So you have to name their class, server, and platform. Platform meaning,
Yeah.
what do they play?
And what you're naming
PC or
is
Android or
basically
iOS or what?
the person who was most recently interviewed in the ledger.
Yeah. Cameron.
What was their device?
No. And it has to be all 3 in one type
One sentence.
sentence.
So let's try that again. In the most recent ledger, please tell us in the player interview their class, their server, and their platform.
Oh, it's close.
Ooh,
I
US3
don't-
Priest iOS, I see it. PD got it.
Was it?
Priest
US3
Dame Heck.
Priest iOS. Yep.
Correct.
Priest Dame Heck. Got it.
Ever, PD gets a Molten Paladin outfit.
So,
Good
we
job.
asked those 2 specific questions because those of you that read the ledger would have known those answers because they were both in the
we
ledger.
were being tricky there.
Yeah.
You had to do your homework.
Sarah writes these wonderful ledgers, and they're I love them because I love it because I know she's writing it, and then she'll finally be done and she'll post it up, and we'll get it. I just get to like take 20 minutes to read it, and it's so good, and she does such a great job on those. And we just want to make sure all you guys are reading it. So that was just a reward for those who read the ledger and knew the answers.
And we like giving stuff out,
Yeah.
so let's give some more stuff out.
Yeah.
So we don't have any questions for you. This is going to be the random fancy human robot again. And
Yeah.
do y'all remember what that human robot's name is from last time? He's from Sweden.
Sweetbot.
Sweetbot! Ever is going to be our... Start rolling. And the first prize is going to be a Kissy Lips toy. Y'all know what that one is. It shoots out those big lips and big smooch. It's fun. And Sugar Sweet is coming to an end, so everyone play up this weekend. And Ever he's rolling those numbers.
First winner, all right.
Woo!
Raylinus 2?
Congratulations, Raylinus 2. You are the owner of a big pink pair of kissy lips.
Yeah. And is that the Kissy Lips
It's the
pet or the kiss?
No, it's the actual kissy
Oh,
lips.
the-
Yeah,
yeah,
the
those are
cool one. And I'll manually send this all to you guys like within an hour after the live stream. Oh, and yeah, I won't email them to you. It'll go to your purchased items bag. There was some confusion about that. I pretty much never send in-game emails. So, should we do another one? Okay,
This
then.
one's pretty awesome.
So this is just the random. We're just doing this randomly. That's how the winners are selected. Who would like to be the proud owner of a Bengal tiger mount? Woo! Those are pretty cool.
So Ivar will roll the random dice.
Rolling. I saw somebody else saying that too. Dun, 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 dun. Who's it gonna be, Ivar? The Anticipation. What's that from? Anticipation. I hope Layla knows the answer to that because she likes the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Me, says Iki.
Me.
Woot, me, says Western.
Second
Me,
winner.
says
Sophie Fang.
Sophie Fang! Why does that name sound familiar?
That might be my wife.
That's so funny.
So maybe Ivar can re-roll
Oh,
that
that's
one.
great. I think we should still give Sophie Fang
Oh, Sophie Fang. No, we'll re-roll that one because being married to one of the devs means that she
That's
gets some
great.
free crowns.
Well, there you go.
So we'll re-roll the Bengal Tiger. Congratulations, Sophie Fang.
Good job, Sophie.
We're not going to give you the prize. Funny, my dog's name is Sophie, which is why.
And has
Sophie.
fangs?
Yeah. So, that's really funny.
I know. We're just like, wait, I know that name.
I feel like if I did admit that she was my wife, then people would like find out and they'd be like, "Oh, it's rigged," you know.
I think it's okay. Like, what were the odds of that? That was
Yeah,
great.
that's pretty funny. Okay, so instead we'll give it to Topaz Moon. Oh, Topaz Moon.
Topaz Moon.
Topaz
Congratulations, Topaz Moon. You are the proud owner of a Bengal tiger mount.
Yes.
Woo! Okay. Okay, we're down to one more giveaway, and this is a pretty cool one. So, ready? The winner is going to be the owner is going to be the proud. My God, I can't talk right now. The winner will receive a Alfred the gnome, the helpful, ever present when you need him gnome.
Yes. Love my Alfred.
Ooh, I love my Alfred
All
too.
right. So the third winner will get that as soon as Ivar Bot picks the
As soon as
winner.
Ever bot, we should just start calling him that. Owner of Wellspring. Beer. Ooh, I said beer. Too much beer. Oh yeah.
I think it's actually too much
they were
talking.
making fun of me, weren't they?
Yeah.
No,
Well,
my
you
half
guys
of
try to
my
live
half a
stream.
pint didn't like actually do anything.
For an hour and a half of just my mouth's so
Exactly.
dry right now.
Oh,
All right, third
there's
winner.
Sam.
Cowley VH player.
All right, congratulations, Calvin VH player.
And then, so congratulations all the winners, trivia winners, raffle winners. Thank you all for joining the stream. I think we have one more.
Oh my goodness. That's right.
Yeah.
So again, everyone, we hope you're all excited as we are for Monday. We'll call it
Yes.
14th. And we want you all to have a very, very special something.
Yeah.
So here's your key code for all new players. Can I also say this is the last time you'll ever have to type in /redeem.
Yeah.
But you will have to do it this weekend because Wellspring won't have gone live yet. But after that, we're going to have that wonderful new button that all you have to do is press. And
Actually, we can
there
show
you go.
that. Just so you guys
Oh, yeah.
can see. It's kind of cool. So you can just go into the menus now in game, and you can just go down to the
There
gift,
you go.
redeem
Redeem
code, and you just hit the button.
Boom, type it in.
Yeah,
Boom.
so easy. And the same thing, mobile. Mobile has the same menu
So
button.
nice.
So it makes
and,
it a
I,
lot
and I never
easier.
have to type that sentence again.
Yeah.
I was so tired of doing that. So that's good.
So thank you
Alright.
everyone for coming out. Great questions. Hopefully we answered a lot.
So many good questions.
Tell
Well
your
done,
friends
folks.
to check out the stream if they have questions that we answered. Check out the Getting Ready for Wellspring post.
Definitely check that out.
Check out the
Patch
notes. And be prepared. Wellspring
Yeah.
lands in 2 days.
Be ready.
So-
Use up all your sugar sweet stuff because it's leaving.
Yep.
Don't do auctions so much,
Yeah,
just to be on the safe
maybe not.
side. I think that's it.
Yeah. So thank you
All
everyone
right,
for coming
everybody
out.
got this ran now?
Yeah,
We're
one more
good?
time.
Okay. Wellspring, yay!
Right on. All right, we appreciate everyone coming out,
Big
and
thanks.
we'll catch you guys next time.
We'll see you Monday.
All right, see you guys.
Bye, everyone.